Hello, Andrew here from Harmony Music Center, and this is a video on the open D minor tune that we went over in class last evening. So first of all, this is just a really fun tuning to be able to be creative with, improvise with, and just sit down and have some fun with your guitar. And I would say the trickiest thing about this tuning is getting your guitar into tune. So let's start with that. So we're going to take our guitar that's just in the usual standard tuning. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to lower the low-pitched E string down to a D. And the easy way to do that is to play the fourth string, the D string, and then we're going to play the sixth string and we're going to drop that string down to match the fourth string, like this. Fourth string, sixth string, down, until those two match roughly. And you can also, if you're using a tuner, that's a really helpful thing. So I'll do that, and I'm going to just see that that's just about a D on there. We're going to leave the fifth string as it is, tuned to A. We're going to leave the fourth string D as it is. When we get down to the third string, the G string, we're going to drop that string down to F. So if I play the fourth string at the third fret, that's an F. And I want to drop the third string down lower to match that. It's quite a ways down. And now you'll see, like this is the fourth string, third fret, and it matches that third string. And the next thing we're going to do, the second string, the B string, we're going to drop that down to A. Lastly, we're going to drop the high E string down to D. Now, once we've made all those adjustments going string by string, by the time we get down to the first string, the tension of the strings on the neck is going to change significantly. So it's important to start over again on the top and just fine-tune what we just did. So we go back to the sixth string. My tuner now, that's good. A, and the fifth string, and then the fourth string is D, third string is at F, second string A, and the first string is D. Okay, so now we are in the tuning, and just listen to how cool this tuning sounds. If I just strum all six strings without pressing any fingers down, we have a D minor chord. It's a big, rich chord. Now the first thing we're going to do, if we take a finger on the first string and we play the second fret, we can strum that now. And then if we go to the third fret on that first string, up to the fifth fret, and the seventh fret, 8, 10, and 12. So all of that is on just the first string. I'm fretting those frets: second, third, fifth, seventh, 8, 10, and 12. And what you can do is just experiment with this. And what I find, if I do all six strings, that's such a big chord that the first note gets lost a little bit. So what you might want to do is just play the bass notes and then go down and play, just strum the bottom few strings. Bass. And you can mix that up and do it in any order you want. Just be creative and musical. So you could start out, and you can go up to 12. Then the second thing, what we're going to do, now we're going to make some slightly larger chords. And there's two chord shapes that we're going to use. The first one is a shape where we're going to start with our middle finger on the third string at the second fret. And we're going to keep the middle finger going up and down on the third string throughout this example. So we're going to start with that finger there. Then we're just going to place our ring finger on the first string at the second fret. So both of those fingers are at the second fret. Middle finger on the third string, ring finger on the first string. And now if I take that middle finger, bring that up to the fourth fret, but take the ring finger off and put my index finger on the first string, third fret. Now we have a different chord shape. You could say the first one is stacked because we have both those fingers on the same fret, the second fret. And then this next one we could say is staggered because the middle finger is on the fourth fret of the third string, and the first finger is on the third fret of the first string. Then when we go up with the middle finger to the fifth fret, and now we're stacked again, so we put the ring finger also on the same fifth fret but on the first string. And then we're just going to bring that stacked form up to the seventh fret. And we can do the staggered form with the middle finger on the ninth fret and the first finger on the eighth fret. And slide that up 2 frets, so the middle finger is at 11, third string, and the first finger is at 10 on the first string. And lastly, we'll do the stacked shape, both fingers on the 12th fret. So with that, again, I can improvise and just go through those shapes in any order I want. I can just do open as well. Next thing I want to show you, so let's take that stacked shape on the 5th fret. So the middle finger is going to be on the third string 5th fret. The ring finger is going to be on the first string 5th fret. Now instead of playing those chords, we're going to start on the 4th string and we're going to play the 4th string, 3rd string, 2nd string, 1st string, like this. Now, if we take those 2 fingers and just bring them both down just the way they are to the 4th fret, and then go down 1 more fret to the 3rd fret, and 1 more fret down to the 2nd fret. That has a very dissonant, kind of moody, atmospheric sound to it. Let me do it a little bit faster. It sounds like this. By just strumming the open strings. Then one more thing that we can do, which is easy and kind of cool sounding. Take your ring finger, put it on the 5th string, 3rd fret. Now with my pick, I'm going to play the 5th string, 4th string, and 3rd string. Then I'm going to take that off and put my middle finger on the 5th string, 2nd fret, and play the same strings, 5, 4, 3. And my first finger on the 1st fret of that 5th string, and then take that off and just do the open 3 strings. So all together that sounds like this. And we can end that by taking the ring finger on the 6th string and playing the 3rd fret and bending it a little bit. And the way to bend that, what we're going to do, we're going to play that note, and then I'm going to pull the string. I'm going to keep it pressed down, but I'm going to pull it down towards the floor so the pitch of the note shifts and bends a little bit. We only want to bend it a little bit, and then we can just play it open and strum. So all together that sounds like this. So natural harmonics are, we're going to take our finger, we're going to place the finger directly over the fret. Ordinarily, we press the fingers down between the frets. We're going to go to the 5th fret. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to put our finger directly over the fret, barely touch the strings very lightly, and then strum. We get that harmonic sound. And as soon as you strum, you can take your finger off. You don't have to do it real quick. You can just strum. You can strum it with the fingers touching, and then take it away. We can do the same thing on the 7th fret. And we can do it on the 12th fret. And those are called natural harmonics. It takes some practice to get those. So what you can do with all of these different things is just mess around. Be creative, get into the flow of this. It's just a cool, moody, emotional sounding tuning, and enjoy it. Lastly in this video, let's tune back up to standard pitch. Once again, I'll take my tuner, and now we're going to take the E string and go back up from D. It was dropped down to a D. We're going to go back up to E. The A string is where it was fine. The D string we didn't change. The 3rd string we dropped it down to an F. We're going to bring it back to G. It's important to tune these strings back up to pitch slowly. If you really kind of whip them up to pitch quickly, you risk breaking a string, so go slowly. Now on the 2nd string, we dropped it down to an A. We're going to bring it back to B. And the bottom string, we dropped down to D, so we'll bring it back to E. Now we've changed the tension on the whole neck, so I'm going to start over and just fine-tune that. So low E. There you have it. Have fun.